All right, gang, welcome back to the Pleasure Dome. Welcome back to Project WTF, the car that keeps on giving. The YouTube paradox that is, the worse the car is, the more content it is. So in that way, it's golden. Come on, let's do this. Right, so in the last episode, you saw me take the carpet out, the stinky old carpet, the seats out, and all the other stuff that was in the way in getting that out. We got that out, we made good progress. Fantastic. Right, so today, we're going to be cleaning. Yay, love cleaning. So now we're going to be cleaning things, cleaning the carpet, cleaning the seats, figuring it all out, putting it all back together, adding a few more things in here and there. Should be fun. Stick with me. My name's Craig. I'm exhausted. Let's do this. Right, so my initial thought with the carpet was I'll give it a good jet wash, get a deep clean into it, get rid of that stench. Problem with the carpet is it's got this heavily backed foam on it and it is thick. And I took this carpet out. When did I take it out? Took it out probably about 3-4 days ago now. Sat in the garage. Okay, the garage isn't heated, but it hasn't been that cold and it's still wet. It's still really wet. I'll probably still bring it out. So I'm not going to jet wash this because it'll soak up all the water and I'll never get it dry and it'll stink to high heaven. So we're going to do something different. I've got some carpet cleaner in here. Okay, so that should help me clean it. I want it to smell nice, so I've got some caffeine shampoo as well. That's mine. Gives me a nice fragrance. So we're popping that on to make it smell beautiful, just like me. So we're going to get that on as well. So first things first, spray that all over, let it all soak in. Then we're going to give it a good old agitation. And after we've done that, we're going to bang on the spot washer and give it a good old, with the old sucky. And that should hopefully pull out some of the water that's been put into it. In terms of general condition, don't think it looks too bad. It has mats over the top. The car has done nearly 100,000. So in that regard, the carpet looks pretty damn good. So a bit of a clean should bring it back round and get rid of that smell in the first instance. So let's get on with it, yeah? Get this bad boy on. Get it in there. Boom. Straight. This could take a little while. Right, this is on my corded drill, so try not to burn the carpet. Whoa, yeah. Right then, give this bad boy a go. Turn it on, press the trigger, squirts out the cleaner, and then you use the brush, and then it sucks it back up. It's really good. Right, that's one side done. But worse on camera than it actually is, I think. You still see the soap in there, but not bothered about that. That should dry. Okay, it's actually quite difficult to get it in around the mouldings and get the cleaning product out. So, but that will probably smell better than without it. So we'll let it dry. Then we'll give that a damn good hoover. But yeah, that's come up quite well. Right, down to this side now. This is literally rinse and repeat, isn't it? Right, job done. Looks great. Got to dry now. It's not that wet. Did a good job of just spraying the surface, spraying on, and then using the spot wash to draw it back out. So needs a hoover, of course, but we can do that once it's back in. There's no point doing it before, is there? So yeah, looking good. Right, need to do the mats now. Yeah, let's not do that. Taking off some of the thread on there. So let's not use that on this one's. A bit more delicate. happily putting this on thick, guys. Right, that's all areas covered now, guys. So yeah, all the rust is gone. I've got some X-Power grey paint. So once this hammerite's dried, I'll jazz over the top with that. But it doesn't need to be too clever under here. So under the carpet, you need to protect it, don't we? So it's looking pretty good. Right, onto the seat. So I'm going to start with the passenger side. Oh my god. Give it a quick hoover and get it cleaned up. Right, so wind this back so we can get to it. Right, someone commented on my first video and said if I was going to be cleaning these, I could rub it down with some sandpaper. So that's worth a try. I'm a bit mindful and wary of the thread so that runs through it. So I've got a lint shaver thing, which I'll give that a try first now and see how that gets on you. Oh, looks like it's working really well. Again, being really careful around that thread that runs down it. A bit up here as well. Not too bad this seat. The other one's slightly worse, but this seems to be doing a fair job at getting that off. Right, so this has got some warm detergent in it. So we'll start it with spray it out and then scrub it on like before. Again, the wetter we get it, the more we've got to dry it, so have to be careful. But we need to be wet enough to give it a good scrub, don't we? Is this actually leather? I don't know if it is it? I don't know, gang. A bit on the thread as well, on that seam. And that corner. Right, you can see it pulling the dirt out. Coolio. Right, so you just missed me cleaning that bit. I've just done that bit. Just going to try and go around here. Can't get this off. So, any ideas how they come off? Don't know. But I've got this small head, so I should be able to get in there anyway. Well, I've just got my brush, detailing brush. So I'm just going to have a quick go in these gaps, try and get some of the muck out. Don't get it's too wet. This thing. This is the explosive for the seatbelt pretensioner. So you have to be careful with that. That's okay. Okay, cloth on that bad boy. Then I've got some leather cleaner and conditioner, so I'll bosh that on. Okay, on these bits, bring those back around. Try not to get it onto the suede type material in the middle. Oh, it smells good. Looks good as well. Oh, magic. You can see where people have had sun cream on and it's embedded itself. So I'm glad I'm watching these because there's obviously a lot of sweat and stuff that's built in these seats over the years. A bit of mould at the back here where it's been in that next to that wet bit we saw under the carpet at the back. So getting that out's good for us all, particularly me. Oh yeah, look at that team. All right, passenger's done. Obviously needs to dry, but yeah, it looks significantly better. So let's crack on with the drivers now. I'm not overly happy about that pinkness there, so we might see if we can get some plastic paint on that, but that's a job for another day. Right, quick comparison then. This is the one I've just cleaned. This is the one I'm just about to do. So you can see how mucky, you might be able to see how mucky that headrest is on there. And this is really bobbly, but obviously this one's more warm. I've got this here to do, so let's see if we can get this one almost as good as the passengers. Right, I've hoovered it. I'm just giving it this one a quick shave. What I'm doing, the bottom bit, not the top bit, But the bottom bit, I'm just doing half so I can show you the bobble removal. So it's not brilliant. I think it's certainly better. And I'll bring you in and show you. It's worth a go. And these bottom bits really saggy. I don't know if I can pull it back or something, but I should show you what I've done so far. It's hard to see with the sun, but you can see how the bubbles have been removed there. And they're still down that side. So it is making a difference. So we'll keep at it. Again, this is pretty much full of fluff. There you go. As before, get it all wet. And I'll do a nice spread of cleaning products through the back whilst that soaks in at the bottom. And the headrest. And suck it all out, baby. Right, here we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. There's definitely some mildew growing on these seats when I got the car, so it'll be fantastic to get it all cleaned up, won't it? You can see the dirt coming out of there. Oh, baby. Oh, beautiful. Second coat. Right on the back. Yeah, that's the business that is. Lovely. Well, not so. Headrest. Ah, oh, filthy thing. Oh my God, how'd you? Oh, there we go. Right, that's once. I think I'll put it back in the car and I might have to do that again in a little while, because that's probably on that driver's seat. Deep in grime. So, more to do. Right, I'll let that dry. We need to get the leather cleaner on, don't we? As before. Right, as is the rules of cleaning a carpet or a car or a chair. I then need to pour this out to have a look at the contents. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Oh, hey, the sun's out. That makes a refreshing change. Have you noticed all of my videos is absolutely leathering it down? Always raining, always wet. No wonder the car's bloody soaking. I put hammer down on the bits I treated. Just going to put some colour match paint down and probably put some lacquer on top as well, give it some extra protection. And then I need to start sorting out the leaks. And a lot of comments in my last video about the snorkel. So it's got a snorkel, which is great, which is supposed to help, but then there's a seal around the snorkel that can perish. So people have said take the snorkel off, wash a load of silicone sealant in there and then refit, and that may sort it out. Other than that, there's maybe some seam sealant on the panels that needs having a look at. Once I've done that with the rain that's on the way, I can then see if it's leaking from the front. If I can fix that bit at the front, which I think is the major volume of water, then after that, I'm tightening the hardtop down, making sure I'm adjusting that right, and checking all the seals around that, and then sorting out the ones around the window. So that'll be progress. But I want to try and do that before the carpet goes back in. Right, my plan now is to quickly whip that snorkel off, put some sealant around it, put it back on, and then leave the front of the car uncovered. And then that'll be a good test for the rain, won't it? See if we get any water on the inside. So, right, quickly need to get all this stuff out of the way. So, get me jump leads out, me jack. Right, this actually screws to the snorkel, so definitely got to come off there. 10mm. This just pulls forward. There were originally some 10mm down here as well, but they've never been put back on after someone removed it in the past. So here we go. Cool. And then the snorkel itself is held on by these 6 10mm. Let's try and get those off. All right, so what seems to be captive nuts on the top are not captive nuts on the bottom, so that's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Oh my God, man. Yeah, this middle one is proving a bit tricky. All right, that's just sheared off. Great. Oh. And that's off then. So still got the foam on. See the foam all around. The foam looks okay. It's a bit flat down the bottom. Yep. If you look down that, there, look, you see? Can you see it? How wobbly that is. So obviously, there's hardly any sealing going on there and there. Although you can't see a gap. And you can't really see a gap here either, so I don't know. Right, so got silicone all the way around that. Nice thick bead. And I've put it on that as well, in case anything comes off that as I put it on. So there's loads of silicone. We need to tidy it up afterwards, but it's a good start. Let's try and get it back on. All right, this could get messy, so wish me luck. Let's post it in that way, like that. Huh, simple. Let's get one of these in at the top. Yeah, one in at the top. Can't see the thread because it's full of bloody silicone. That's not a bad thing, is it? Yeah, that's going in. Put this nice clean one in this corner. So I'll put that in there, and hopefully now I can reach under, hold that in place, and then screw it in. It's really fiddly and really quite tight. Right, yeah, dark now. Well, looks lighter on camera, but it's dark now. Right, that's on. You can just see where I brushed the silicone to tidy it up a little bit, a bit of water there. And you can see the silicone in the gap. And when you look at the two bolts, the one at the top's clean, the one at the bottom's rusty. So it's obviously that the one at the top doesn't see any water because it falls through this grill here and then comes in halfway and then runs down. So the water's either coming in from the side or seeping in from the bottom. So hopefully that silicone sealant helped to close that gap. What I'm going to do now is put this back in, screw that back all together, and then close it up, recover the car apart from just that front end bit, and then hope for rain for once. Will it rain tonight? I think it's planned, but now we want rain. Well, obviously, didn't rain, did it? Cold night, no rain, beautiful blue sky, beautiful day. So let's simulate some rain. Get a sprinkler out. Right then, what are we thinking? So that was on for a good 10 minutes. Let's have a look. Not sure, because that looks like condensation on the inside. So it's been about 45 minutes since I turned off the sprinkler. So has it started to condensate, or is that from the cold? We'll find out, won't we? Not looking promising, is it? Well, it looks dry. What? It looks bone dry. Yes! Come on! It's dry. Beautiful. Yeah, that's all dry as well. That worked. Right, to do this job then. So I could buy the metal plates that just go in and you seal them in. They're like £3 or £4 each. So what's that? 12, 16 pounds. Something you never see. Probably going to rot out. So I'm not bothering with that. I'm going to do something cheap and cheerful and free. So got a bit of plastic. Got some hole saws. Got some silicone. And my drill. I am going to cut 2 pieces of plastic for the ones at the back, one for the front, and that will become clear. Right, so for the bigger one, I've got this bigger hole saw. That's going to go on, make the outside bit. And then that is just going to be spot on for the inside. So it doesn't fly away. Drill the hole. Right, then I'm just going to cut like a quarter out here. Then we've got that top disc, bottom disc. Stick them together, stick them on, and you've got a gap in here for the water to run through. And that'll go to sit on the car. Put a bit of silicone around here. Okay, there we are. That's that one done. And then, all right. And that'll go on there. Cover the hole up. Right, that says half. Let's just drop that on. Right, we're getting near the end on this one, gang. So I've got this to do, T-bar to do, seats are done, they're drying, carpet's done as you've seen. And then once I've done this bit of cleaning, I'm going to try and look at a couple of speakers and fit those in. Just I thought it would have come with speakers to 160. I don't know what they were doing. I thought that the 160 would have been like the top spec, but it didn't come with fog lights. It's not come with speakers, so I don't know if they were optional extras. I guess it was strange times back in the 90s, wasn't it, where speakers were an optional extra. So yeah, we'll have a look at those. I'm just going to wipe it down. Okay, right, try some. Now, I know this is leather, but I'm just going to try some leather cleaner on it. It's still slightly wet, but I think it looks slightly better. You can still see some of the marks. I'll see if this helps to get it out. Try and get this bad boy on it. Right, then we'll do the same on the T-bar. Well, there's a few bits on here, like that bit of rust there, bit of rust there, bit of marks, some red paint here, some red paint there. So I'm trying to get that off with some alcohol. Oh, alcohol can solve any problem, can't it? Come on, baby. What's this cleaner on? And that is another piece of the jigsaw ready. Come on, yes. Right, so I've just been cleaning rust off the T-bar, and it's coming off this hard top mount here. So just need to whip that off. It's 30mm. So just pop that off. Give it a bit of spruce, pop some paint on it, and let it dry. Put that back on later, can't we? And I guess we'd best have a quick go on the inside of the rest of the car, yeah? Pile speakers. Let's have a quick look at these bad boys then. Oh, it's a lovely blue. Okay. Oh, we've got the cover. We're not going to need that, are we? Because that's going to be behind the T-bar. Well, that should look pretty nice, actually, in terms of build quality. Not too bad. So we can see if we can fit those. I've positioned that speaker where I think it might need to go. And then let's just try to have to do this with the hood up. Can't do it with the hood down. It just won't bloody fit. Pop that in there. Come that way. A touch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that bar to get that in. That's got to go in there. Well, that's it. This is really thick as well, so that's going to be interesting cutting that, isn't it? Wowzers. Right, so just mark that then. I'm obviously going to go notably bigger. They look like 10 mils, so let's get those 2 10 mils out, and then we're good to go with it. Getting that bar out, I think. Right, we've got the bar out. Now, I'm just going to pause on this one for a moment, guys. So I need your advice. What should I do? I want speakers. We need sound in the back. There's only 2 ways of doing this. One, we get rid of the hoops, wholesale, go back to the sound bar, put the speakers in here. I think they'll fit. And just use that. But that does mean I'll need to get myself another T-bar with no holes in it, and the wind thing mounts to the roll hoops, so I'll need to figure that bit out as well. So that's one option. Do we like roll hoops? No. The other way of doing this is I have to cut a section out of here on both sides. Now, this is heavy gauge. This must be best part of 3 or 4 mil thick. So that's going to take some cutting. My grinder's on charge. I'm not entirely sure, even if it's fully charged, it will get through that easily, but that's going to take some cutting. It's going to weaken this, but these roll hoops are in no way a formal safety feature for the car. The car itself, the safety is built into the windscreen, so the windscreen takes the load of the car. The roll hoops are a cosmetic addition. I've been doing a bit of reading about it. They are put in with some heavy gauge, so they are quite strong, but they're not. They're only bolted on one side to the car via these here. I mean, that's just going to bend. So I've got a tiny bit at the top, that will bend. There's a bit at the back onto the seatbelt, but it's not strong. And there's a gap all the way along, so it's just going to fold in the middle. So they're not safety features. So what would you do? Would you drop it in the comments? I really want to know. Would you just bin off the roll hoops and go for the sound bar, put it back in, return it back to stock? Or would you be butchering this bar here? But I'm going to pause on that for this video. I'm going to get the carpet back in, get the whole thing rebuilt, but leave this stuff out, and then think about that. Have a read for your comments, have a debate, have a look at a few pictures of cars with and without roll hoops. I could sell the roll hoops, but I don't make a bit of money back, but I'll buy a new T-bar. Right, so I've just been cleaning rust off the T-bar, and it's coming off this hardtop mount here, so just need to whip that off. It's 30mm, so just pop that off, give it a bit of spruce, pop some paint on it and let it dry. Put that back on later, can't we? It's about 1 million of these. So there's a few things going on here, isn't there? So you saw earlier I did these caps. What I'm going to do next, you may think I'm crazy, I'm going to put these little grills across as well. This is just off some kind of box thing that I cut out. And the reason I'm putting that in is so the carpet will sit on that. And if water comes down, the water is going to go under this plastic grill thing and hopefully keep the carpet away from it, so the carpet doesn't soak it up. So the water pools under here, can escape through the holes and get out that way. It doesn't reach the middle. I'm figuring the middle, as I slide it to get wet, it's more likely to come down the side. So that is probably pretty bonkers, but I'm doing it anyway. So comments welcome. I'll do it the other side. Right, and this is the underlay. Quite a sorry state of affairs, really. You can see where it's just soaked up water in the past. It's ran down the insides and soaked up. So I'm not even going to bother with the bottom 2 to 3 inches. I'm just gonna, I'll keep that bit where it clips it down, take about 1 inch out, and then I'm just gonna cut across and take 2 inches out, because if it gets wet, it just soaks the water, so there's no bloody point. You can see the rust, which just soaked it up in the past. So we're not having that again, are we? No. Go around there again. You may think I'm crazy. Many do, but you know, madness in our methods, apparently. You have to keep thinking, guys. Oh, crikey, you can just feel the rust. Awful thing. Right, okay. Right, then we're going to drop this back in. Okay, over the threads. Tuck it in, make sure it's behind everything. Got to go behind the wiring loom on that side. And then these things, just push over the threads so you can attach the black bit of carpet to it. Last but not least, boom. Right, okay, so that's on. Then we've got to put this thin bit of carpet back on. Okay, and then you've got these light screws. I think they pop in as well. So there's also some black clips on the side I need to get in. And it goes under here. You have to put it under the seam, under the door seal as well. Okay, door seal needs a clean. And then that just pops in. Go under there. Oh, nice and neat. Tuck all that in under here again. And again with the clips on the end. More. Superb. Now I'm being picky, but I'm going to line up all of those heads so they're horizontal, so it looks nice and even. So I'll just show you that down there. Doesn't look too bad, does it? It's almost factory fit, but it's put water and it's not going to soak up the water. So, and then that comes down and covers it. Right, this is much lighter than it was. Ready to go back in? Nice and steady. All dried out. Shimmy it forward. Let's just come back a second over that handbrake. Right, put it over the handbrake. Now shimmy it forward. It's just guided by the holes where the seat bolt's in. So this carpet, the one at the back, we put in just, that's going to go over the top of it. Then nice and neat, over the loom, under the seal all the way along. Tucks up behind the dash, so you have to just post that in. Like that. Right, so people do complain about some of this stuff coming away from the seal. So make sure it's in nice and tight. Tempted to put some adhesive on that if it comes away, but for now it's okay. Right, same on this side. Oh, you know what I've not done on that side? Not done the tensioner, have I? So great. So I remember to do that on this one. Pop the tensioner through, get the wire through there, otherwise you're going to be a nightmare because I've just done it. Oh. Right, that's going to shimmy down underneath all of that. Make sure my thing at the back is in place. And the pedal. Yeah, it's useful if you can get to the pedals. Shimmy that forward. Almost there. Right, we've got the bolt holes ready for the seat. Again, post it behind the dash. Around the seal. And just to recover this cable, if I can. Where did I put it? Ah! There it comes. Yeah, we got that. And she's in. She's clean. And she smells good. So, need a bit of a hoover. I need to put these on at the bottom as well. Right, so the carpet's cleaned. Put my clean shoes on to try and make sure I don't make it dirty again. Let's try and get the centre console back in. Trying to be careful here. Put that there a second. There's a cable I need to plug in, isn't there, for the cigarette lighter. It's obviously going to go in there like that. Oh, okay, this is tricky. Should take this thing off really. Oh, out of there. How do I? Ah, yes. Yes, okay. Right, let's get out of the way. Right, so that's out of the way. need to slide that over the handbrake. Now remember, there's a hole in the back, and this wire's got to go through that hole and come upwards, go into the cubby itself. Oh, you get, is that right? Okay. Ah, I've done this wrong at the back. Right, so this wire, oh, bugger. So this wire comes up through the carpet, through the centre console, through the hole the other way, and then up. Do it the wrong way around. Okay, and then through this carpet. Crikey, O'Reilly. I might. Does that go all the way? I can't remember if that was. I think that's behind the carpet, wasn't it? And it came out. Yeah, yes, it was. Right, so put this gear knob forward so we can get that down. That's going to go over the handbrake itself. Okay, shimmy it backwards. Make sure no cables get trapped. Oh, yeah. I said don't forget. Why don't you remind me to not forget? And I forgot to do the cable for the cigarette lighter. Come on, gang. Seriously. Come on. I'm losing my mind over here. I might be able to just reach it through here. 2 in. White thing to put in. Someone said this was a oh crikey, alarm volumetric sensor or something. So whatever that means. It's got a this way up sign on it, so I'll make sure we get that bit right. Right then, we're approaching the end. Is this the right? No, it was a long one, wasn't it? I remember dropping it. There's a long one in here. Get this cover on. There's another long one somewhere, which I haven't got. So we shall locate and come back to that one. We'll do it from above, it's fine. Oh, that still works, that clips in. Good. Got 2 screws left over, so we'll figure that out later. Oh, it's cold. It's getting cold, dudes. I've got to get this fascia back in now, so let's get that gear knob out of the way. Do all these ones at the bottom first. So we have got, what have we got here, gang? Electric windows. Driver's side electric window. Come on. God, it's really fiddly. Really fiddly. Heated rear fog lights. And the front fogs are just a switch that I put in because the whole relay to connect it into the ECU is just a nightmare for the front, so I'm not doing that. I'll just use a standard relay. Then we have the hazard switch, the white connector, which I think is for the oil and temperature. Yeah, and then the black connector, which goes into the clock. Then we've got all the stereo stuff. Now, that is just going to go in loosely until I have put in the seats, reattached the pre-tensioner, because the last thing I want to do is do all that and then have to take the whole thing back out, isn't it, gang? That stereo is just going to clip in. Aerial connector, let's not forget that. Right, final hoover. Finally time for the seats to go back in. Come on, yes. Come on, I'm going to do it. Oh, it's tricky. Can't see it. Oh, clipped to the bottom of the seat, you see. So, and that is clipped in. Good. Where's the cable again? Yeah, clipped in. Good. Shimmy her back. Right, and I've also painted these as well. So, first thing you saw when you opened the door was that rusty. Looked awful. So that's been painted. So I just need to get these all bolted back in now. Well, we've got the 4 clean ones at the front. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Ah, you're a muppet. Ah, undo those. Because I need to do the bloody seatbelt first. Well, I need to put this seatbelt back on. Now, remember, this collar here, it's got a step in it. That step goes inside the seatbelt itself. That little spring washer goes next to the seatbelt, and that's to stop it shaking and vibrating. Okay, and there's a little paper washer on the end to keep the whole thing together when you put it on. So just pop that on. Make sure your belt is all set up so it's not twisted, because that'd be a pain in the arse, wouldn't it? Tighten that up. That should be able to rotate. Yeah, we can rotate. Cool. And then now we can put these back in. Okay, cool. Slide that forward. 2 at the back. Right, let's pop our shiny clean mats in. Is that a twizzle? At the other side. Right, I've had the battery off, haven't I, for the tensioner. So I'm just going to start it now. Let it run up and check all the centre fascia stuff before we put that back in. On the button. Nice. Right, windows. Yeah, that goes up and down. Passenger. Yeah, that was an easy fix. That didn't work when I got it. That was a fuse, so that's okay. Lights on. Fog lights on. Yeah. Front on. I'll pop this back in now. The clock and the temperature thing. Let's hope. Hazards are working. Great. Radio's working. Right. I'm done for the day and almost done with this job. Not quite, but almost. So, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Absolutely brilliant. Like new. And made up. Fantastic. Even the doors. From where it was, in terms of not a pleasant place to be, to now, smells good, looks good, it's clean, feels nice. Looking forward to it. It's great. All temperature gauge is working. That's fantastic. Still got to get the radio in. So what's left to do? Got to get the gaiter. I've got a black gaiter. I'm going to get rid of the red one. Don't think it really fits because I'm going to be getting rid of the hoops, and I've got a gaiter for that as well. So I've got to do the 2 gaiters, get that done. I've got to buy a cover for that radio and get it in properly. The wire's catching at the back, so I just need to sort that out. T-bar. I've made a decision, and putting it back together and just looking how clean it looks now without the hoops, I made a decision to leave them off. So I'm going to be selling those hoops. If you're interested, let me know. I just need to get a new T-bar. I don't think covering this is going to be really feasible. It's a bit too complicated in terms of shape, and this makes it complicated as well. I'll have a think about it. I'm getting a new T-bar, and then I need to figure out how to fit a new wind deflector. So yeah, any suggestions welcome. I mean, the hoops, the reinforced bar, the hoops themselves, all the fixtures and fittings, the wind deflector, the glass one, that comes from over 12 kilograms. And I'm like, do I like it? Don't I like it? I'm not sure I like it. It doesn't work with the speakers. So the speaker bar is going to go back in. That's probably a kilogram, so really light. Saves a bit of weight. I think it looks cleaner. Yeah, so happy days. Boy, it's windy and cold, man. Quick and final update on this video. Right, I have installed the gaiter. So, interestingly, the red cover that was on that, so I took the gaiter apart to try and fit a new cover. I hadn't bought one yet, but I was just taking it apart ready. And underneath the red cover was the original gaiter. So that is brilliant. Saves me a job, really good condition. So I've just cleaned that up, put that back on. Looks fantastic. Love it now. It's black, so that's great. Still got to do the handbrake, but that's nice and simple. Right, and the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed the other day when this was ticking over, the SRS light was on, the airbag light, which was the light of doom. I had a quick look, and all I'd done was pulled out the connection on the driver's seat when I was moving it around, so that's all fixed. So that's now gone out. And final thing is the new T-bar is on the way. So I found one on Marketplace, really good condition. Cost me £10, and I should get that in a few days. So fabulous. So that's it. Another one done. Another video done. A big job done. We've got that interior cleaned out, all the seat cleaned out. A few little more things to do, but it's been fantastic. And I'm really happy, really made up with how it looks. It really wants to welcome you in now in terms of getting there and driving it. So got one more video to do before the MOT video. So that's going to be jacking her up, bit of a wire brushing on the underside, and then some under seal. Try and seal that. I'm trying to get through the MOT without an advisory on corrosion on the front and rear subframes. If I can get that done, that'd be magic. So she's ticking over lovely, no engine warning lights on. So yeah, it's so nice inside now. Get those gaiters finished, get that radio done, sort out my T-bar and the new wind deflector, and then we're so heading in the right direction. Really starting to like this car now. My MGB guy, don't forget, and this is the TF, and I'm growing to love it a little bit. So we'll see what it feels like when I start driving it properly as well. So that's going to be magic, absolutely fantastic. So if you like watching these videos, enjoying the content, enjoying what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. Put out a bit of a plea for you in the last video to subscribe, and a lot of you did, so that's really good. So we keep that momentum going, and then we're getting somewhere, aren't we? Right, great, I've got to go. It's really cold. We're having pizza tonight, so I've got to go start making pizza bases, which is going to be a nightmare, but I might get a couple of beers in as well. So not all bad, eh? Not all bad. So my name's Craig, and I'm exhausted and ever so slightly freezing. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Nice one.